Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another video. So this is my update video for the month of September. So all the projects I got done in September, any spending I may have done, and plans for October. So I had lots and lots of layouts planned for September. I did manage to get 5 done, including a double page. So I've still got lots more in the planning, because I think I said I had about 11 planned, and now I've got more than 11, maybe 1 or 2 more than that, but I have done these ones already. So yeah, I've still got some planned, but I did manage to get 5 done. I had a short notice phone call for my cataract surgery. I mentioned that in my last video for the pre-op, and then my actual surgery is taking place on the 2nd of October. So I'm planning, you know, ahead. I'm recording this on Sunday, which is the 28th, I believe, of September. So I'm recording it a couple of days early because I need to get ahead. But yeah, I'm really pleased with what I got done. Layouts and traveller's notebooks, of course. It's also my 3-year YouTube anniversary on the 2nd, which is the day I get my eyes done. I do usually like to plan something for that, but this year I haven't actually planned anything. But yeah, it is my 3-year YouTube anniversary, so thank you to everyone who supports my channel, however that may be. So last month I did the order with Hey Little Magpie. You would have seen that little haul video. I also did some work on the House of Scrap. I actually emptied the 2 post-bound Christmas albums and put all the layouts into my D-ring Christmas albums. So those post-bound albums are no more. I now only have the ring albums. Scraptember, I've been taking part in Scraptember. I think all these layouts are for Scraptember, and I think I said that, you know, August was busy, but September was busy too. Some of it unexpected. Mum was still here at the beginning of the month, and then I had a couple of visits to the theatre. I caught up with some of my friends this month, because I'm probably not going to be doing much next month. I've been doing my exercise class that I've been enjoying going to. I've been reading my books as well. Buddy was at the vet at the beginning of the month for some dental work, and that took a little bit longer for him to get over. And then Chester had a heart checkup a week last Friday, and unfortunately he has developed pancreatitis. So we've had quite a difficult week with Chester. He has come through the other side now, and he seems quite well now. But yeah, I had experience of that previously with my dog Elvis. So yeah, I didn't think it was that, because it was very different presentation to Elvis. But Elvis has went on for quite a long time before anybody knew what was wrong with him. Whereas on this occasion, they did say straight away that they thought it was pancreatitis. So that's good. He's on medicine for that at the moment. But yeah, like I say, he's recovering. He seems quite well now. So yeah, been a busy month. Layouts and TNs done, obviously. I think I did that flip through of my 2021 birthday month album, didn't I? Don't think I've got any more to show you, because the ones after that will be on my channel already. And the only other one was the one that I did in 12 by 12 was Project Live. So I haven't actually got any birthday month albums to show you, I don't believe. So they're all done. I've got other mini albums, obviously in the last 3 years they'll be on my channel. But yeah, no more birthday ones, and I'm not sure where we are with Christmas. Have I been flipping through those? Obviously the more recent ones will definitely be on my channel. I'll have a look into that. So yeah, here goes. First of all, I'm going to show you the double pager, because it's in an frame. It's already in a frame, which is here. Can you see all that? So this is the double page one that I did, and it is Mum and I on our little adventure to cows. Every layout has got a video, so if you want to see the video, you can pop over to, or, you know, check that out in the content on my channel. So this one was a double pager with the gingham pattern papers, the blue and the yellow, which I thought went really well with the photos, especially this lighthouse here. And also kind of like sea themed is the blue, isn't it? Yellow, kind of like for the beach. So yeah, I used all of that Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Seas collection on here. Almost everything on here is from that, apart from the wooden title piece that I added gesso to, and the tracing paper here. But everything else I think did come from that collection. And I used the frames, didn't I? I used 1, 2, 3 frames. I was really pleased with myself. Lots of chipboard pieces used, and stickers, layered stickers, foam stickers, die cut pieces. Yeah, really pleased with this one, and as I've said, it's in a frame and it is on my wall. Oh, I don't think this came from that collection. I think that did it, or did it? Maybe it did. Yeah, I think it did. I was thinking it came from another paper pad, but no, it did come from that collection. So that's that one. I'll just pop that down. And then the other 4 layouts is this one is another one for the Lighthouse Trail that I did with Stephanie. So these are the 2 selfies we had together at a couple of the lighthouses. And this is definitely in my top 10, probably top 5 to be honest. Yeah, and again that collection been used. Another frame, really pleased with myself. Some of the decorative brads, the foam, the die cuts, you know, the chipboard, that's chipboard I think. So yeah, an ink splatter as well. So like I say, videos for all of them. That's a framed layout. Another framed layout. That was for pattern paper, I think, was it, on September? Was that scrap? Oh no, I think that was favourite supply. It might have been favourite supply, which was the busy pattern paper. This one I think was white, 12 by 12, yeah. And I used the texture paste, and I added the texture paste to the paper first, and then I sprayed over it with the ink. And I think when I made the video, I'd already pre-done the page. I couldn't remember whether I mixed in the ink with the texture paste, but I'm pretty certain that I didn't do that. I just sprayed it all on afterwards, and then added splatters as well. And I made my own little journaling pieces here with craft cardstock. Again, 2 4x6 portrait photos. That alpha set from American Crafts that I've had for many years. I still keep getting titles out of. I had to use E's here though, or 8s, not E's, they are E's. I think I used 8 to make those E's. And then again, die cut pieces and textured stickers and what have you from that collection. And I used some of my card candy on here as well. This is Buddy at his virtual dog show, or winning his virtual dog show. The rosettes that he won. Another title out of those tile foam stickers. I've added lots of little sprinkles to this page here. Decorative brads again, foam sticker, tracing paper with a 1 4x6 portrait photo, a little tab there that in the video I'd not realised it was on the page. I'd forgotten about it and I stuck it on later. And then yeah, these little brads again, like I said, and that's white textured cardstock, and a framed layout again, same as that one. This one is not a framed layout, it is just the pattern paper, and this is my 2 favourite lighthouses. The favourite one in Southampton and the favourite one on the island. So yeah, that pattern paper from Simple Stories, again all the collection used here, everything on here from that collection. I had my own journaling lines, and then I did my journaling directly onto the page. This one was a Project Life card. So that's the 5 layouts that I did for this month, and then we move on to the Traveller's Notebox. So this is my random stuff Traveller's Notebook, and previously we'd finished about here, but I'd missed this. I hadn't put anything on this page, so I went back and filled this page up with the hedgehog. We're getting a hedgehog in our garden. I never had one before, always dreamed of having a hedgehog in my garden. Just could not believe that we've got a hedgehog in the garden. And this was at the end of August when we first saw it, when my husband was letting the dogs out in the garden one night. So I've used these die cut frames here that were in my little baggies over there with all my odd little die cuts and things. I've used that American Crafts puffy alpha set again there, just kind of to match this side, which we'd already done last month. Project Life card, and just a little notebook piece here. And I'm just saying, it's always been my dream to get a hedgehog, and what I've just told you. And now of course we're obsessed with the hedgehog. Just had to answer the phone then. Yeah, just think I've said about the hedgehog how we're completely and utterly obsessed with the hedgehog, putting food out. And as I record this today, the hedgehog didn't eat any of the food last night, and the 2 nights before that it didn't eat all of the food. So we think she may have gone into hibernation. So very exciting. Stamping here using that Ellie Studio stamp set that I've got. And then when I did this page, I was positive that I had some hedgehog pattern paper, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I've since found it. It's here. This is all I've got. It came from, I think it came from a paper pad, 6x8 paper pad, or possibly a 6x6 paper pad, I'm not sure. But it's in my pattern paper scraps, and I couldn't find it when I did this page, but I think I'm going to save it to do a layout. So yeah, and I've punched a couple of bits out, and you'll see why in a minute. you've seen this one last month, and then this was all done last month, but I said about just adding something here. So because this was already about anything goes, I just, like I said I was going to do, I just cut out the flyer, or printed the image of the show from the flyer and just added it to that section there, just saying more shows booked. I've actually booked another one for that show as well. I've booked two shows of that, two performances of that show since I did this. I might have to add that in. And then we're on to what I did this month in the beginning. This was just documenting car shows that we've been to over the summer. It's actually a double page spread, so we've been to a few classic car shows over the summer, and that's just the flyer for each one. And then this is just somebody on YouTube does videos. He takes videos at all the car shows, and he'd used my husband's car here for the thumbnail of the video, so I added that onto here. And this was a local car show here, this one in our village, and then this was one at the airport, which is why I added the wood plane there. Washi tape with the classic cars here. Some more photos of car meets that we've been to, and I'm just saying about going to the car meets this summer in Godsill, Portfield and Sandown Airport. And this is the wristband that we were given at one of the car shows. So this is the doggies in the car, me and my husband in the car, me and my friend in the car there. Yeah, double page spread about all the car meets we went to over the summer. And then this is a double page of Mum visiting. So I'll just use one of the 6x8 pieces of pattern paper from the pad to do the journaling. And this is Simple Stories again with the lighthouse printed on it. This is a little map that Mum drew of planning what she's doing in our garden. So I thought I'd just stick that on here just for a bit of fun. And underneath is a ticket to one of the another car show actually that we went to. And then, but this is kind of documenting Mum being here, so I've added the car show here for this one, which because it happened after these ones. So yeah, that's just the ticket for that. And then we got cake when we went to Cows. You've just seen the double page scrapbook layout that I did. And then this is kind of other photos and just documenting the whole time she was here. Mum at the donkey sanctuary with India donkey. This is the doggies at the pub. This is me helping. Well, I did some of the jet washing of the patio, and of course I have to put Elvis everywhere I go. And this is the doggies here at the same event here. Oh no, a different one that we went to, the garden fair that we went to actually. So I'm just saying here, busy few days with Mum. We've collected her. We had our traditional pizza. We went to the lighthouse. We did the lighthouse. I took Mum to see the lighthouses in West Cowes, and just say, yeah, all the things we did really. They were working in the garden. I took Mum to the donkey sanctuary and what have you. So that's documenting that. And then Buddy had to go to the vet as well. That's all documented there for that week. And then here I'm just documenting that I started going to a step exercise class. I just sort of screenshotted the first booking that I did there. This is 6x8 paper pad as well. From a 6x8 paper pad, or it may have been cut down from a larger size, I'm not sure. A little bit of stamping here. So one of my favourite stamps here of all time. Here's a funny story. I've stamped Elvis here and Get In Your Steps from one of my exercise themed planner stamp sets. And I've just said here, I'm taking myself back to the 90s and I've joined a skep class. I thought I'd mix things up a bit alongside my walking. Of course, Elvis follows me everywhere. There is an Elvis move. I'll need to take a break for my eye surgery, but I'm enjoying it. So, and then a bit more stamping there. So yeah, just basically saying that I've started going. I've been to like 3 classes, and I can't do it now until after my eye surgery. But yeah, I'm just saying about Elvis being everywhere. So the first lesson that I went to, there was a move, and when we done the move, I thought, oh, that's like Elvis. And then later on in the class, the instructor said, this is the Elvis move. So yeah, that tickled me, as you can imagine. So this is a little bit more documenting of the theatre here. So this is just to say that the final show of Joseph sold out. And I had these 2 photos, and I'd already sort of put the flyer in here, and I don't know, have I documented it in here properly? I haven't, have I? I haven't documented Joseph in here because I'm doing it on layouts. So this is probably the only bit that I probably will document now in my traveller's notebook. And this is the lady who played the narrator in the show. And then this is me at Aladdin at the Mayflower Theatre last week. Or was it this week? Yeah, it's on the 20th of September, so it's a week or so ago. I'm losing track of the dates and times at the moment. It's been so hectic. So I'm just saying I had a busy week here. So I went to Doncaster actually twice on Monday because we had an event there, and I popped in to say hello to a friend and take some things in for a charity collection they were doing. I saw Elvis. Then we had a meeting, and then I met my friend, and then bumped into this lady just randomly when I was out. And then back to the Doncaster on Tuesday, step class on Wednesday, met another friend. And then Thursday I was at the theatre for Aladdin, and then Friday Chester went to the vet, and that's when he got poorly that night. So, and I've just also said here about the main character being switched at the interval of Aladdin. So the first time in all my years of going to the theatre that the main cast member, the principal cast member, has been switched for the understudy at that interval, and it was very confusing. And they did say something at the beginning of the second half over the tannoy, but I didn't know, I couldn't hear what they said, and I don't think anybody else could hear either. So I spent almost all of the second half thinking that the chap, the understudy playing Aladdin, was kind of like someone else, and that Aladdin was going to come back again. And I was thinking he's like pretending to be Aladdin. So it sounds ridiculous now, but I really did think that. And then towards the end of the show, I was kind of realising that, you know, that he is Aladdin and the other chap's not coming back. We don't know what happened, but I've seen since then that he's been doing the show, so he must be fine. So I don't know what happened that day that he couldn't do the second half. But yeah, very bizarre, really, really strange. Never ever had that happen before. You know, I've been to shows maybe where the understudy's playing the principal role from the beginning, but not like halfway through the show. So yeah, very strange. And here's me thinking that Jasmine had two fellas on the go when, you know, she didn't. But there you go. Yeah, interesting little snippet there. So this is just documenting Chester being poorly. This is from the Chamel Reasons to Smile paper pad, the new stuff that I bought where I did the little haul for you. Just a photo of Chester looking feeling a bit sorry for himself. You can see where he's been shaved at the vets there. And just saying that he came home with suspected pancreatitis, just like Elvis, because my Elvis had it a few years ago. A week of sleepless nights, 2 vet visits, a change of diet and antibiotics, and he has picked up, thankfully. Now then, we're at the end, aren't we? This is it. So I stuck these in ages ago. It's just when we first got Chester and we still had Elvis, they were called the Three Cavaliers, and I'd come across the Friends of the Animals brochure, which is where they came, Chester and Buddy came from. And this is the thing they wrote about them at the time. So I've just stuck that into the back there. I don't know if I'll add anything else. I might do a little bit of stamping or something just to finish that off. But this is finished. I've added a few more bits in here. Just tags, you know, from makeup and clothing and what have you. Just to finish that off, because that's what I was doing from the beginning. And then this one is finished. Quite chunky, but not too bad. When did I start it? I started it in... Ooh, way back in, was that March for International Women's Day? Yeah, it was, yeah, so way back in March. I mean, it's not something that I do like in order, date order or anything like that. It's just, I do it just, I mean, it tends to be in date order, but I don't, it's not like I'm intending for that to happen. I just kind of just add things in here when I've got something to add. So yeah, completely finished, and started a new one already. I haven't put anything in it yet though. I've started a new one. This is the new one. I've used that favourite pattern paper from Chamel's Reason to Smile from the 6x8 paper pad. Started to decorate the front of it. That's the punched out bit from the hedgehog paper there. I've added my own little banner here with the wood triangles and then the date 2024. Don't know whether this, this will definitely go into 2025. It's not all going to be 2024 in here. But what I'll do later on is I'll probably put and 2025 here. Can't do it with those letters, numbers, because I don't have got the ones to do it with. But yeah, I'll add that. I'll change that later on. And I've just added a few random bits. So basically, same as before, just kind of things that, you know, relate to me, my life, every day, that kind of thing, things that I like. So doggies, of course, movies or theatre, my popcorn and donkeys, hedgehog, reading, the crown there for Elvis and rainbows for Joseph and stars and things. So yeah, just, I mean, I'm not sure. I was thinking I might fill the whole page, but I actually probably leave that empty now because it shows off that lovely pattern paper that I like so much. And then I've just got the brochure through the other day for the Mayflower Theatre for the productions coming up, and this was inside one. This was one of the pages inside for the show in 2025. So I thought I'd just stick that there. And then I've got this flyer for the Beatles show coming up this week that I can't go to now because I'm getting my eyes done. So I may, when I document my surgery, I may pop this in here and just to say that I wasn't able to go to that show. I think it's the only one that I won't be able to go to that I've booked. I've got some coming up at the end of the month, including Greece at the Mayflower.
that I am really hoping I'll be able to go to, and including that Anything Goes show that I've booked, which is towards the end of October. So I'm hoping I'll be able to go to those. I've still got these 2 photos that have been hanging around that I took ages and ages ago of my Kallax cupboards in the lounge, just with the my scrapbook albums. But to be honest, I'll probably retake photos and just do that at another time, because it looks like that's got a bit of ink on it and stuff. Don't think I'm going to keep those. So yeah, this one's all ready to go. Nothing in there yet, completely blank, but all ready to go. Random stuff again. Now then, donkeys. Where did we finish off? We finished off here, didn't we? So then we moved on to this page here, which it's quite a long way, isn't it? It's probably a bit too late now because I've been showing you the whole thing, but zoom in a bit there. So this was a photo that I took of one of the ladies at the Donkey Sanctuary took of Buddy and Chester when I visited one day when I wasn't working, and then they used that photo to promote the Autumn Fete. So yeah, I just popped that in here, and then because it was a dog show, well, the Autumn Fete dog show, actually, that's what they were promoting. So then I've used a few of those doggy themed stickers and the pattern paper, of course, and then from foam stickers of doggies that are not Cavaliers that I could just use because it's promoting a dog show, which is all kinds of dogs, isn't it? Not just Cavaliers. So I thought I'd pop that on there. Sadly, that did get cancelled because of the weather. So then I'm just documenting that Mum and I went to the Donkey Sanctuary, and I think I put this photo in here, didn't I, in my other traveller's notebook, but this is kind of like the day Mum and I went to visit, so I thought I'd put it in here as well, so it does document one of the donkeys, or 2 of the donkeys. So it's not a work day, it's just a visitor day, but I thought I'd pop it in this one anyway. And I'm just saying, I took Mum to see the donkeys on my day off. She made a fuss at India. Andy was having some fun rolling around, twitching and swishing and snoozing, and he did let out a little trump, which was quite funny. Made me laugh anyway. Just saying here that one of the donkeys passed away, and I stamped these 2 bits here. And this is just a bit of it's from a Chamel pattern paper, I think. There's just a scrap that I had left that I've just torn the bottom edge off, and I've added a little bit of stamping. And then we move on to the 3rd of September when I was at the sanctuary working. This is Elvis. This is 6x8 pattern papers that I've just torn down to add in here. Just saying that I gave Elvis a good groom and a hoof pick, and he was a good boy. I helped with the visitor experience, mucked out the weight group, did Hayes medicines, and then CJ had some extractions, bless him. And I've just said poor fella. So that's for that day. And then the following week is this one. I've kind of done a double page really, or just not a double page, but just kind of made them a bit matchy. Elvis again, this is Billy Boy, stamped his name here. And then I've just said that I poo-picked Billy and Winnie and the fresh air donkeys. I moved Billy inside because he was seeing the vet, took some melon to the fresh air donkeys, and then hoof-picked and the boys. Did feeds, and Pearl was quite poorly, bless her, and Elvis and little Nick were inside with her on that day. And then we move over to the 16th, which is the following week. Oh, I was wondering why I put the 16th and not the 17th. That's because this was a Tuesday and I went in on the Monday, which I've sort of mentioned in here as well. But this is specific donkey related. So this is Elvis. So I'm just 2 Project Life cards, some little die cuts, and I'm just basically saying that Pearl and Nick did sadly pass away, and that meant that Elvis was on his own. So he went back into a herd, a bigger herd. And I called in just to say hello to him. And he was in with the oldies, and he knows a lot of the oldies. He's been with them before in a different herds, and of course he's back with CJ as well. But he has had quite a few changes, bless him, recently, and donkeys do grieve. So I wanted to just go and say hello to him. And I saw my friend and dropped some things off for the charity. And then this was actually the next day. This was the day that I went in for my regular week. I've got some heart die cuts there that I've just doodled around. Elvis inside, Elvis with his bowl. Just saying that he was inside with India and Dora because he was having a blood test. I hoof picked him, fed him, and I led him back to the herd, and I helped with Womble's foot spa hot tub. So Womble had a hoof issue, and we had to soak his hoof for 15 minutes in a little iodine solution, so I helped with that. Then I'm just saying that I made up some bowls of veteran for some of the oldies, including Elvis and CJ, and there was 4, I needed to do 4 different, there was 12 bowls, but 4 were different to the others, so I thought I'd do them in a different coloured bowl so we knew. And normally I always insist that Elvis has the blue suede shoes bowl, so the blue bowl, but on this occasion there was only 4, there weren't 4 blue bowls, so I made 4 pink bowls. And then later on, a couple of the girls were saying that I broke my own rule, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, but I've upgraded him to the pink Cadillac bowl. So that was my way of getting out of that one. So I said here, he didn't get his blue suede shoes bowl. I upgraded him, just what I've said to you then. So that was on the 17th. And then this was the 24th. So this was when I was in just this week, just gone. Again, 6x8 pattern paper or scrap, can't remember. Torn at the bottom. Another, this was from the Schmel, another 6x8. I didn't tear that one actually. And then I've only just done this a few minutes ago, and I just added the ink and it got everywhere. I think it's okay. I got it in the, I don't think we noticed when I did this page, but I got it on one of the pages in here. I was a bit cross with myself because it was sitting across the table, and I didn't move it out of the way. And I got some ink on here, there. But I've just covered it with a little bit of gesso, so I'm hoping that that's not too noticeable. I didn't actually notice it when I was showing it to you, so I'd have obviously forgotten about it already. Wood pieces here, stamped the date as usual. Just covered a little bit of journaling up there just because that's private. I've stamped a couple of donkeys. I've added some ink splatter. 2 photos of Elvis and CJ together in the herd. I'm just saying it was my final week before getting my surgery done. I groomed and hoof picked a couple of the donkeys, including CJ. Well, Lucky and CJ. Helped do a lot of cleaning and moving donkeys and hay. The things that I do every week at the Donkey Sanctuary. And then that's the end of that. So we've still got a few pages left in here. And I am toying with the idea of only doing one traveller's notebook in future, because almost everything I do at the Donkey Sanctuary every week is kind of the same. I don't really do, there's not many things that I do kind of different. It's usually just taking care of the donkeys and the feeds and everything. So what I might do, I'm not 100% sure yet, but what I might do is just keep the one traveller's notebook and do everything in that. So maybe not do so much documenting of the donkeys, but still do it, but in the other traveller's notebook. So that's that one. Come to, I said that already, haven't I? And I've still got the bookmark for Nick, bless him. He did pass away. He was our blind donkey at the sanctuary. So that's everything for this month. I'm still going to work on the Scraptember prompts, I think. I've got a few layouts planned, as I've said already, and I have kind of allocated a prompt to them. So I'll probably mention that when I do the video. Yeah, so the only spending I did was that little Hey Little Magpie haul. I haven't purchased anything else. Not sure what's happening next month with my eyes and everything, so I will hopefully be doing scrapbooking, because that's one of the things I'll probably be able to do, because it doesn't involve lifting or bending or anything. So yeah, so once again, thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.